ask the African, like, you ever seen a person ask the African, like, you black? And they be like, nah, hell no, I ain't black. Well, you'll run across, you young, you'll run across it. You'll see.
Yeah, when
you
you get over, you get into this workforce a little deeper.
You'll see, man. They do not call them black. You know what I'm saying? They not us, we not them. We completely different people. You know what I'm saying? We fled into Africa, and from Africa, we were sold by the Africans to the Arabics, the Chinese man, and the white man. You know what I'm saying? And from there, that's how we got here.
It's your history, man. You gotta know your history, right?
Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not have ventured to set her sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
So, give me verse 20, 19 and 20. So, what he just read was the curse that's on our women, right? So, what do our women do? They, you know, you always hear them talking treacherously about their kids. We talk about it, and we even laugh about it in comedy. You know what I mean? In the field of the entertainment world of comedy. Yeah, I slapped the shit out of it. Talk about your own kids, man. Raising our sons to do what? Compete against other black men, to hate other black men, right? Okay, because our women are raising our young men in single parent households. A lot of our young men come from single parent households, right? And the same thing with the men. They leave their family, right? All right, because we in straits. That's 56. Or 54. If it's not 56 or 54, then it might be.
No, it's 54.
Okay.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
All right. So what nation of people do that? Whites.
Nah, my brother.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Think about it. So what it's saying is, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, to start off with it, back in the day, we used to be very cordial with your fellow so-called black man. Yeah. If I would have saw you in the past, I would have been like, how you doing, brother? How's it going? How's the family treating you? You need some money? You okay? Take care of you. So it says the man that was tender among you. So once upon a time, that's how it was. It goes on to say his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. So you got to sit back and think about that. All right. So when you walk down the street and you see another black dude you don't know, 9 times out of 10, how does that go? It goes like this.
When it comes to me, I'm not like that.
I ain't talking about you yourself. I'm talking about as a people. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? That's great that you're not that way. Yeah. I can tell you're not that way because of how you approach here. But when we're talking about as a nation, you understand what I'm saying? There's always gonna be what you call what's the word? An anomaly. There's always gonna be anomalies. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like you may find a few white people that go through maybe a few of the curses. You understand what I'm saying? But as a nation, you understand what I'm saying? We're the ones that go through these things as a nation. That's why you hear the term black on black crime. You understand what I'm saying? That's that's the eye being evil towards your brother. If I'm murdering my brother, I have an evil eye towards my brother. You understand what I'm saying? Then it goes on to tell you towards his wife, right? So who's the main people that go through domestic violence, right? That's our people that go through that. Then it goes on to say to the remnant of his child, which he shall leave. We're known for not having our fathers in the house, right? So you gotta listen to what it's saying. You know, see what it's telling you is exactly what we go through. Yeah, exactly what we go through. You understand what I'm saying? These curses are set upon us for a sign and for a wonder. You understand what I'm saying? So when you sit back and you think, you're like, oh shit, that's literally what we go through. You understand what I'm saying?
Every last one of them curses hit us.
Every last one of them.
And like the brother was saying, you know, evil eye towards your brother. That's in many different ways. We hate on each other. Oh, he ain't got the Jordans on, right? Oh man, like when we was in school, he ain't got the platinum FUBU though. You remember FUBU? You remember FUBU? Man.
Well, they had brought it back again.
Oh really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It didn't last as long, but they brought it back again.
Yeah. So all these different things that's unique to us on the basketball court, on the football field. You know, we compete with our brother, and we even have hatred in our heart for our brother. You know, all this crazy rap music getting us to hate our own brothers, looking at each other crazy. You know what I mean? Want to knock each other over. You know, that's wickedness, man. And that type of discord is pushed among our people. And it all comes back from the Willie Lynch letter. And people don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? We don't want to deal with it. And our elders don't want to go back and revisit those things. That's why the scriptures say that we full of sores. The whole head is sick concerning blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They don't want to go back and deal with it, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
You want to get that Exodus 22?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to pull these.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me ask you a question before I pull this. So you know how our people got over here, right, to America? How's that?
Whites, they have brought us over here, right, in the ships?
Yeah, ships. All right, so what happened once we got over here on the ships? You know what happened after that?
I think we just got straight to work, right?
Right to slavery, right? All right. Sold on auction blocks and right to slavery. We were actually sold first. That is how Wall Street got started. Wall Street got started through selling slaves. That's how these banks got started. Through selling slaves. All right, Bank of America, don't bank there. All right.
And one of all things from your enemy. That's 48. We can get that one too.
All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
All right, so what does the word Egypt mean? Let's see if you're going to catch it. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So what does Egypt mean? Can anybody tell me what Egypt means after hearing that scripture? Let me read it again. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Can anybody tell me what Egypt means? So they don't want to listen. You see how people they feel like they pure, right? They feel like, man, we good. We don't need that. We just trying to make money. We trying to get it. And we gonna pull that too in James, man, chapter 4, verse 1. We steady fighting each other, steady looking down on one another, right? Steady judging each other according to this system and what we we assume the worst in each other. And we gonna get that. But what it means is Egypt means bondage, house of bondage, out of the house of bondage. And what is this that we are in? Bondage, right? The so-called white man can pull you over and shoot you, and everybody just talk about it on Facebook and Twitter, and there's no righteousness, no equity, no justice at all, right? And everybody just talk about it, and they even say, oh, well, that brother probably did something, he black. You know, blacks, they all types of wicked and evil. But what happened with the so-called white man? He came over and killed all types of people, murdered a whole race.
Done.
You know, we still here. Israel gonna be here. But they, in the history books, we believe that the Aboriginal Australians are gone. We believe that the Aboriginal Native Americans are all killed off the land. You know? Go ahead, brother. So that's what that means. The house of bondage. And we are in the house of bondage today. All right? So these curses, again, let me bring you right back. These curses, they on us for a sign and a wonder. So the so-called white man calling himself the Jew, the scripture that he fulfills, right, is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, which is what? I know them which say they are Jews, but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, right? Go ahead, brother. Some people don't want to deal with that. They don't care about knowledge and wisdom. They're quick to run a mischief. All right, the slaughter continue to go in and be killed, and they don't want to depart from that wickedness, right? How you depart? Following law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. The prophets was killed, so it ain't just losing your physical life. You die for this truth. Most High gonna bless you, gonna raise you in the last days. But that's crazy to our people. You know, they can't even accept the milk. That's why they walk straight, go straight from the word. Go ahead, brother.
We'll read it from the top again.
Done.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man shall save you. So what is that saying? Who was sold? Was a Jewish man put on slave ships and sold to the nations?
Oh, sorry.
No, he wasn't. Jewish man wasn't sold. But the scripture say this is gonna be a sign and a wonder. That's how perfectly put together the scripture is to fit who? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Native Americans went into slavery in 1492 when the devil came over here and started murdering, rape, robbing, and pillaging the Mayans, the Inca, the Aztec, right? There was blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here, so-called, but they were all Israelites, right? So you had woolly-haired people here, you had, people with melanin. What you see the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, the ones out here struggling day in and day out, thinking that they pure, thinking that they making it, thinking that they have some type of advantage here. You know what I mean? That's being truly oppressed day in and day out. But look, it say you're gonna be sold to your enemies. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans were sold as slaves on auction blocks. Jewish man wasn't. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Come on now. So the Lord talking to Israel, saying, you're going to discontinue from your heritage. What was our heritage? That we was Israel. We was above all people, right? That's what the scripture read in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. A holy people. But what happened? When we turned from the commandments of the Most High God, what did Moses say? He said, hey, all these curses gonna come upon you. Gonna overtake you. They're gonna pursue you, right? Genesis 15, 13. Unless you got something.
What was it? Hosea.
That's a good question. With that, this one just gonna get on the fact that we was sold into all the nations of the earth.
Genesis what?
Genesis 15 and 13. So we're gonna be a stranger. Go ahead. That's what we're speaking on. Now here it is.
The book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 13. And he said to Abraham, know of the surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years.
That's how we in the land, we strangers in the land, because what? We don't have anybody to support us. If we fall back, we ain't got no brother to come and say, hey brother, come and get this $20 an hour job, and make this money. And then, come to our hospitals, right? Come to our, all our foundations, you come support us, or we're gonna actually take you in. We can't do that for one another. We don't have a nation to turn back to. So it's fulfilling what was said in what? Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. You're gonna discontinue from our heritage. Go ahead and get that Revelations then, because we're gonna talk about the so-called white man. Because we think the so-called white man is the Jew. We call them the Jew. Let's see. So all these curses are upon us and overtaking us, right? The clothes you got on. Who made those clothes? The so-called black man make those clothes and sell you that? No. Nah, you just look at the tag and you will see that that is not so. That was a curse on it. Go ahead, give me that first. And, go ahead,
the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation.
What's tribulation, brother? Good thing or bad thing?
With you?
Tribulation, good thing or bad thing? Anybody? Israel. So it's a bad thing. Tribulation is a bad thing. All right. Most High said, "I know your Yahushua.
I know your works and tribulation and poverty."
So he knows our works, our tribulation, and poverty. Why? Because he knows the curses that's on us. Go ahead.
But thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
That's right. Because the so-called white man, they took that land, stole that land. What did the scripture say? Israel's going to discontinue from their heritage, man. He said these curses going to be on us for a sign and a wonder and on our seed forever, right? Until the return of the Most High. All right? And that's why the Lord said what? I know your works. I know your poverty. Okay, I know your tribulation. Because there's curses that's on us, man. So that's why these curses point specifically to blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Rather they hear it or they hear it forbear, Rather they hear it forbear. This is a poor man's doctrine. Because these high-rise buildings don't support what we say. The city don't support what we say.
Why isn't it for the white people?
Huh?
Why isn't none of those curses for the white people?
Say that again.
Why are any of those curses for the white people?
I got it. I can answer
Curses
that
are on us.
I can answer that for him.
You said why are the curses for the white?
You said why are they not on white people?
Oh, okay. Go ahead, bro. The Lord chose us, man.
Deuteronomy 29. Answer that question. No, that's not 21. 32.
Which one are you looking for?
When he says, I have chosen you, I'm or is that Daniel?
We'll go back to what we read, 10 and 15.
Yeah, but I want to put it out.
Oh, that's Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 11.
Book of Daniel. Chapter 9.
Let me take a peek at it. Verse 11, you got it? Verse 11. Yeah. Here it is.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
All who?
Israel has transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses and the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him.
The oath that was written in the law of Moses and Yahweh, because what? We have sinned against Yahweh, God, right? You can continue, huh? What's more?
12. And he had confirmed his words.
He confirmed his words. Why? Because you see that we are oppressed. Our people smoking cigarettes, that stuff kills your body. You know? Who told us that we can do these things? Who told us that we, you know, we took when the so-called white man gave us license to destroy our own bodies, hate our own brother in their heart, right? Kill our brothers in the street, pick up a rag and say, I'm a blood, I'm a Crip, right? This is the Lord confirming his word through our boys and brothers, okay? We don't want to deal with our women. We want to deal with the white